Welcome to the Money Mentors Podcast.
Hi, I'm Gary Mattson with Laurel Stewart, and I've got to start out with the truth. It was bad.
Uh-oh. What is bad?
No, it
was
bad. It was really, really bad. Okay, our first Friday event in our new digs. A lot of people showed up. The weather cooperated. But our co-sponsor of this was called Dreamscape Desserts. They're up in Grand Rapids on Alpine. And if you know me at all, I'm allergic to alcohol. I don't drink, but I do enjoy my sweets. Mm-hmm. And I didn't sleep for a number of hours after they left because I was on my sugar high. So it was bad. It was very bad that they had such great quality stuff that they shared with us. Our people came in our first Friday event. And so I just want to say thank you to Dreamscapes for my non-sleeping time frame.
You enjoyed it.
I did. Mm-hmm. I did. But when I crashed, man, I slept like a baby. First time I slept through the night, and I don't remember how long. So anyways.
And it was awesome, too, because if you're new to our First Friday event series, we're hosting these quarterly this year. And what that's all about is really education and just being able to stop in unannounced, say hi, meet the team, and some of our clients. So we love to see listeners or some of our TV viewers who have said, I just haven't had time to really make an appointment yet, maybe, or get to know them, but I have time on that Friday to stop in to their open house. That's what it's about. This past Friday, we had Alice Law, one of our preferred providers in the estate planning realm of things, as well as Michelle Rashid. She's a part of the Senior Placement of Michigan. So she helps a lot of our clients or even their family members going through a lot of life changes, figuring out where they should go, what home would they be best suited next, for their care, whether that's independent living, assisted living, or terminally ill.
You said those names, and I got to tell you, from a personal point of view, this is why we use them. My folks have used both of those for this last year. I mean, we had to update. They moved from Florida back to Michigan. All their documents are state-orientated, so we had to update that for Michigan because that's their residency now. And as well as that, my mom had fallen very, very bad. And so we said, this can't go on. So actually, they're in independent living, but they're in an apartment structure. And again, Michelle looked out there and said, okay, based upon their needs, this is where we should do it. And it worked out fantastic. They're loving it.
But our goal is to make sure we can arm you with whatever there is out there, whatever concerns or life events that you're going through. We're going to help you with all things retirement. And if we aren't the experts in that area, we have others who are in that preferred provider avenue and here to help.
I just like what Ronald Reagan said, and he said that I'm not the smartest guy around, but he opens this drawer and he said, these people are.
Yeah.
And he says, I have a phone call I can make to them, get the smartest people on the phone, and I can make great decisions.
Yeah. And we like to say it's all under one roof there at Mattson Financial Services. Be sure to keep up with our events and more right there on our website, too, throughout the year, mattsonfinancial.com. That's Mattson with 2 T's, financial.com, and click on events. But it's great to see such a great turnout at these events. And I know we got off to a really strong start here in 2024. And here's the reason, perhaps, why. America is hitting what they call peak 65 this year. A record number of baby boomers are celebrating their 65th birthdays this year, which could prompt a whole record wave of retirements, too. So if one of our listeners is one of those turning 65 this year, where do you recommend that they start?
Well, first, I've got to get a shout out to all the bakeries that are out there. I mean, 11,000 people a day are turning 65 every day this year.
Wow.
Can you imagine how many birthday cakes that is with all those candles? I mean, pounds of butter.
I don't know
sugar.
that everybody loves cakes like you do.
Oh, man, you know where my mind's going.
Right. We're still on desserts, aren't we? But that's the thing. When it comes to turning 65, I mean, this is incredible. Like Dad said, 11,000 Americans a day. And this is going to continue every year through 2027. Those are the projections. So what we think, when it comes to thinking about retiring is sitting down with somebody and putting a plan together. You really need to talk about what does retirement look like? What are the things that you're going to do when you stop working? A lot of people will come to us and they have great ideas, and we love hearing that. And some people will say, I haven't thought about it, but I'm so sick of clocking in, clocking out, or I'm stressed. And so we help them find their passion again, or maybe switch gears and go into that volunteering side or consulting side of that business. So there's a lot of flexibility there, but first and foremost, having the conversation with one of our fiduciary advisors, because we're here to help support your dreams, goals, and desires, and then take that conversation, put it into action through a plan where you'll sit down with us during that second meeting, and you're going to see year by year after your birthday, what does that income look like? What does the tax feel like? How do we make sure that you're not a part of that large tax bomb come your required minimum distribution age 73 right now?
And I've got to shout out to all the sophomores out there. You're going, yeah. So I was a senior in high school, and these 65-year-olds were sophomores. So they're all sophomores to me.
You're thinking through the whole list. Let's get out the yearbook.
And as we go through that, there's one thing that really most advisors maybe don't know, but they don't talk about. If you're one of these like me who love their job, love what they're doing, and they're going to work past 65, 67, 70, even in the 70s, you're going to stay there working. What you don't want to do, we always talk about what you should do. What you don't want to do is move your money out of the 401k that your company has and put it into an IRA. Because what happens now, you've exposed those dollars that wouldn't otherwise be there for required minimum distributions.
Hello, taxes.
Yes, and we don't want to do that unless we have to. So we don't want to pay taxes we shouldn't be paying. So once again, hey, if you're going to work, keep the money in the 401k, leave it there, keep contributing to that in your 70s, mid to late 70s, if that's what's going to go on for you, and you will not have required minimum distributions. So that's just a little trick to keep the tax man at bay if you're going to still work a little longer.
And another thing, when you think 65, I hope you think Medicare. And if you don't, I'm here to help you to think Medicare.
Definitely.
So you have a window that you can actually sign up for that pre and post, but there is a window, and if you don't sign up for that, you're going to get penalized, okay? So even if you're one of those people where you don't need it, you're working, your insurance is great, you still need to go into that system and make sure that you're taking care of that. We've found that, once again, we're all things retirement, and that there's a need when it comes to your insurance side of it with the health and the wealth. And so we have created our health solutions side of the business with Matson Financial. So you can meet with one of our expert licensed agents who focuses in Medicare and the marketplace side of insurance to make sure you're on the right plan. We have a lot of clients that come in, just for that review to say, my life changed, my prescriptions changed, I had a health event, am I still on the right plan? Because what you don't want to have happened is somebody that I met with recently had said, I didn't realize that I was going to receive a bill for this procedure. I thought my Medicare would have taken care of it, and it didn't. And then I'd had to write this check for $4,000, right? And that's
Surprise.
an owie if you aren't planning on it.
Yeah.
So we want to help you through that process, but also to make sure that your Medicare agent, your licensed agent who's helping you on that side with maybe your income build, is communicating with your advisor. Because
it's huge if you don't.
Yeah.
It could be a tax burden.
Have a plan with your Medicare agent and he says, yeah, you can't go over this threshold. Okay, well, you notate that, but that's not where your expertise is. And then you go to your financial advisor and you say, hey, Gary, I want to have $5,000 a month in income. Mm-hmm. Well, you didn't tell us about anything else happening over there, and now we just blew up your entire plan and you've got to pay stuff back. So what a nightmare. Let's be proactive, and we're all going to sit at the table for you working on your plan.
Yeah, the simplest way I can explain this is that you go into the market and you're now checking out, and they look at you and says, oh, you didn't buy milk today? We're going to charge you an extra $4.50. And you're going, what? I'm paying for something I don't have yet? Yes. In other words, if you don't sign up for Medicare at the right time, you're going to pay a penalty for the rest of your life. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Get some expert help and knowing what the best opportunity is for you and when to do it.
Want weekly lessons from your money mentors? Yes. Hit the subscribe button now and listen every weekend on Wood Radio.
The opinions expressed in this program are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual or on any specific security. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult your financial advisor prior to investing. Any past performance discussed during this program is no guarantee of future results. Fee-based financial planning and investment services are offered by Matson Financial Services, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Insurance products and services offered through Lakeview Financial Group, LLC, Matson Financial Services, LLC, and Lakeview Financial Group are affiliated. To find out if Matson Financial Services is licensed in your state, please call 800-536-8907.